talking to the Rollers, wearing diamond ring, wearing kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine light, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. They call me Hot Rod. Everybody knows it. I don't have to say what I am, because I've done it. That's the difference between you and me. You talk about it, I do it.
You will know that your ass is mine, and that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold said so.
Wrestling show.
Okay. Yes, indeed. Stanley Mac, thank you so much. What an introduction. That's Stanley Mac for you. And it's the Eastside Dave and Son Wrestling Show on what will be an epic, big-sized, huge wrestling podcast episode. We are the best father-son wrestling podcast in the world. My name is Eastside Dave, and there he is. The son component of the show, Stanley Mac. Come on, Dad. Say something, buddy. Say hello. Let's get the energy up.
Stone Cold.
Okay. Now, what happened? You told me before the show, you said you were a little tired because you went to gym class. Is this true?
Yeah.
So gym class has you tired? Meanwhile, I'm shot out of a cannon. I'm twice your age, for crying out loud.
Well, I just made a great intro.
Or hold on, twice your no, I'm like, oh, I'm almost 3 times your age. No, wait, am I 3 times? I am 3 times your age.
No.
How old are you? How old are you again?
I am
11, 12?
12.
12 years old, Stanley Mac.
I'm no longer that 5 years old kid that when we started.
I know. Can you believe it? We've been doing this for 7 years. I mean, it's insanity. So your excuse for your lackadaisical beginning to the episode is, I was taking gym class, Daddy.
Well,
Daddy.
Daddy. The beginning.
Daddy, I was taking gym class, so now I don't have the fire. I don't have the passion. I don't have the electricity that the East Side Dave has. You know why I'm pumped up? Because we got a lot to cover. Wrestling is insane. So many huge announcements. Yes, we're going to look to the Elimination Chamber, which will be on Saturday. We're also going to discuss AEW's pay-per-view, March 6th. That'll be Revolution.
And Austin and Cody.
But we got a couple. Thanks for taking the steam out of my introduction. Thank you for letting me set up the table. I appreciate it. You remind me of another radio person, Roy Harder, who sabotages every effort I have to be entertaining.
That's a compliment.
Anyway, Stan, the big news, Cody Rhodes, AEW Executive Vice President. Strong rumor, it looks very much like he will be leaving AEW to return to the WWE.
Well,
this
he
is
left AEW.
Shocking. Well, yeah, I guess he did release a little statement on his Instagram and then put it on Twitter as well that he was in fact leaving. Is this a work? Some fans think this is a work. Let's get to that before we discuss anything else. Is this for real? Is he leaving AEW?
I think he is.
You do think he is, so it's not a work.
Because he put it everywhere and stuff.
All right.
You know.
B, do you think he'll be successful?
What do you mean by successful?
That's a term for getting the job done, being acclaimed at what you do, winning, successful.
He's not in wrestling.
Like me, Eastside Dave of 95.9 The Rat. You realize I've been there for 8 years at this point. We just got our ratings. Number 1 at the Jersey Shore, Monmouth and Ocean County. And don't tell me mid-market, because Monmouth and Ocean County got 1.4 million people, Daddy. That's the fact. So my point is, that's what success is. Me. You're looking at it. You know? Let's see. My sports podcast, Davey Mac Sports Program. All it did was win Best in Show in the iTunes editorial team.
Good for you guys.
All it did was become a #1 independent sports podcast in the world, according to Stitcher.com. Featured in AV Club and Bleacher Report. That's all that was. Of course, there's the East Side Dave Show, one of the most brilliant shows of all time. We've decided to end that run because, I don't want to get into all the ins and outs, but Eric Nagel is a spiky-haired fat doofus. Besides that, Sirius XM and everything else. So when you want the definition of success, just look at Daddy, okay? Just look at Daddy Mac. You got it? Don't back away from the mic. Get close to the mic. You're a radio professional, for crying out loud. Will you focus?
I'm focusing.
All right.
Wait,
I need you to bring it today.
There's something I want to say
It's like,
about the
what
Stone
the-
Cold Steve Austin, but
Well, let's finish off on the Cody. For me, I don't get this at all. All Cody had to do was go heel. Cody's going to leave an executive vice president job at AEW. In other words, he is basically the second most powerful guy there behind Tony
Bailey.
Khan. And he's gonna go there, and yeah, maybe Vince McMahon puts him in a WrestleMania match. What happens after that? What happens a year from now? How can you trust the WWE with how many wrestlers they have ruined? They have shown time and time again they have enough good storylines for about 4 guys. 4. A Brock, a Roman, a Seth, and then we'll keep them miscellaneous. That's it. Everyone else has lame storylines and rivalries. Okay? So I don't understand this move by Cody at all, but it is exciting. Now, you just said it. The other big news, which is insane to me, the word is that Vince McMahon is trying to actually get Stone Cold Steve Austin to return to the ring. Of course, Stone Cold has made WWE appearances in the years since he retired from in-ring wrestling, which was 2003. But Vince McMahon's actually asking Stone Cold for a match, his first match in the WWE ring in 19 years. Stanley Mac, comments, thoughts, opinions.
And Daddy, I'm gonna give you credit for this. You know why?
Why?
Because I remember this. It was about 6 months ago. You said
Keep talking, baby.
You said WWE. You said WWE's in trouble, and you said that they need Stone Cold, and they would need some sort of Stone Cold and Miracle, and maybe that's what they're gonna do.
Did I not tell you?
That.
Did I not tell you that Stone Cold Steve Austin looks fantastic when I watch it? I watch every single one of his podcast episodes. Every single one. Yes, the Broken Skull Sessions, correct. Give yourself 2 points. Give me 4.
No, you minus 2.
I am the point
No, I'm
arbitrator. Okay. I invented the point system. I am the point arbitrator. -7 after these comments.
How much?
You're a -4. Now, listen. I said Stone Cold looks like he's in great shape. Do you think it would ever happen? Would it ever happen for him? Now, of course, he's going to stay looking in good shape because he's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Why not? He can host a reality show. He can do this. He can do that. But still, here it is. Possibly, and what we're hearing is the opponent would be Kevin Owens.
The person you looked up to.
Which I get because Kevin KO uses a Stone Cold Stunner, and now, and he's heel right now.
It'd be great if KO won.
So, I mean, it's an easy angle for Stone Cold to be like, hey, listen, Kevin, not going to do it. Yeah, you think Kevin Owens is beating Stone Cold Steve Austin in front of 105,000 people in Texas?
That would be great. Then you have a rematch.
Never going to happen in a million years.
Then have a rematch.
So do you think this will happen? Yes or no? Let's go.
I do think Stone Cold will not.
Will not
I
have a
wanna
match at
break it to
WrestleMania.
you.
Okay.
It's too tough.
Third rumor, and then we start talking about a little AEW Revolution. Third rumor is that the WWE has another surprise that they're saying is on an Austin-like level. I hear that, and I hear one name, The Rock. Discuss. They have another surprise. They're playing for WrestleMania that, quote-unquote, is an Austin-like level. I think it's going to be The Rock. Discuss.
You know what also they could do? What if they do this? Hey, Undertaker, why don't you have one more last ride?
Do you think it's The Undertaker or The Rock?
I think Undertaker.
Okay. So you're going with The Undertaker on that one. Because I think it's going to be The Rock. Because The Rock made someone commented about his Super Bowl opening. And they said something to the effect of, Rock said something like the millions, but he didn't say the millions and millions. He was like, for the millions of people watching home at the Super Bowl. Anyway, someone commented about that and said, hey, Rock, I missed when you said the millions and millions. And he said, don't worry, you'll be getting millions and millions very soon. So everyone freaked out thinking he's teasing WrestleMania appearance with that.
It doesn't, maybe they're just gonna do a shout out in the movie.
Okay. Fair enough. Now, AEW on fire. We're not going to we can't discuss everything, but we got to discuss one thing that's important to us because we love both of the wrestlers, and that is the CM Punk MJF match. Another classic. MJF giving CM Punk his first loss of Punk's AEW career with an illegal punch to the head while wearing his diamond ring.
2 illegal ones.
2.
But remember before that.
The choked Punk with the tape. So what do you?
He didn't have the tape though.
What did you think of the match?
I thought the match was great. This story's been great.
You're into the Punk MJF thing?
Yeah.
Who are you rooting for?
MJF.
Is that the truth?
Yes.
Seriously?
No, Punk.
So let's. Why? Just who are you rooting for?
Just a great match. What's the point like that? Just a great match. I have no idea what to say. I'm just saying the name.
I know, but do you understand that just saying things that are simply the opposite of what you actually believe in is not really
because I thought you
humor?
wanted to get a name.
Do you get that that's not actually comedy? It's like, here, ask me a question. Go ahead, ask me a question. Any kind of question.
What's your light?
What?
What's your light?
What's my light?
No, your right hand.
Oh, what's my right?
Yeah.
This one? My left? I don't know. Never mind. Anyway, next thing is that AEW Revolution on March 6th is going to happen, and that's CM Punk versus MJF now in a dog collar match. Of course, both guys love the Piper, and Piper was involved in one of the most infamous dog collar matches in the early 80s with Greg the Hammer Valentine that people still talk about to this day because both guys suffered tremendous damage. I think Roddy lost hearing in his ear because he got hit in the ear with the chains and it broke his eardrum and stuff.
You could still hear what Hogan was saying.
He could. So what do you think, Stan?
I think Punk's winning.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll get into predictions later. What do you think of the idea of the Punk MJF match?
The match idea is great. I mean, it's an old-fashioned way to settle out.
I'm excited for it.
Field.
Adam Cole, meanwhile, has challenged Hangman Page. He called him the other Adam recently. So that's going to be the World Championship match. And then there's going to be something that I'm excited for, a ladder match for contender of the TNT Championship. And this is where we're going to see Keith Lee. Okay, Keith Lee ladder match sounds pretty fun. Versus Wardlow, versus Powerhouse Hobbs or Dante Martin. And then a few more guys to be determined. I'm excited for that. So Revolution is starting to sound pretty darn good. We're also going to be getting a tag team championship match as well. Thoughts, comments, opinions? How are you feeling about AEW right now?
I love AEW. I think that the product is great. However, losing Cody, I do think is going to hurt them.
Whoa. Interesting. And tell me why.
Because it's tough when you're losing, like, your vice president, basically, the guy,
The vice principal?
Yeah. But him and Tony.
The vice principal is where you get sent during school hours where you're messing around. That is, Cody Rhodes was the vice president. Executive vice president, not vice principal. That's the guy who works for Mr. Skinner. Springfield Elementary. Vice president, that's like, Dan Quayle or somebody like that. vice principal is one of those nerds who's at school, who's got the pants tucked into his, the shirt tucked into his pants. The pants are too tall. He's wearing a tie. He's got a button-down shirt, but it's one of those short-sleeved kinds, which looks awful.
Why?
He's got glasses and a comb-over. That's the vice principal. Now, vice president, that was John Adams, was the first vice president in American history. You probably didn't even know that.
I did.
Yeah, right.
So we won about that stuff.
Yeah, right.
We won
Yeah,
about
right.
that was like our last
Yeah,
topic.
right. Yeah,
was
right.
John Adams.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Anyway.
Yeah, right. I agree. What product are you? And then we will get into our WWE Elimination Chamber predictions and prognostications. What company right now has more of your interest and attention? WWE or AEW?
AEW, but I will tell you, WWE's climbing back up.
Because of the
especially-
news?
Yeah. I think that they'll climb back up, but it still has to be AEW.
Favorite 4 people. Who's Stanley's AEW Mount Rushmore right now? This can change. Unlike Mount Rushmore, which is carved in granite, so I should have chosen a better analogy. I apologize. -1 for me, -35 for you. Go ahead. Points arbitrator. Continue.
So I got MJF.
That's 1.
CM Punk.
2.
Hangman. I'm even
Hangman.
gonna say.
Hangman Page.
And Bryan Danielson.
Bryan Danielson. Okay, interesting. For me, I loved all those guys. I gotta have a Darby Allin in there for me.
I was gonna put
So I
Darby.
might actually take out Hangman, though I love Hangman. I'll tell you what, Hangman Page's matches are great. His match, no holds bar, the Texas Death Match against Murder Hawk, that was excellent.
Not a lot.
That was an excellent, excellent match. And those matches can be a little bit gimmicky, and I don't know. The WWE makes those kind of matches so silly. When Hangman Page and Murder Hawk got into a Texas Death Match, that thing was for real. You felt like those two guys were about to die with every move. I loved it. I thought it was an incredible match.
It's tough to have a good match against Murderhawk. I hope he's not listening.
Murder Hawk is good. What are you talking about? Guy's like 6'7", and he does a moonsault off the top rope when he walks on those ropes like The Undertaker does. You don't know what you're talking about.
I do.
Next, Elimination Chamber. Saturday, February 19th, 2022. I find it a little bit interesting that they are just really plugging the Elimination Chamber side of it hard, and they're not talking about the fact that it's in Saudi Arabia. And I wonder if the WWE now is trying to hide that a little bit, is trying to run away from the fact that they're having pay-per-view events in Saudi Arabia. Because let's be honest, the first, 4 or 5 Saudi Arabia events that they've had, it's only been about Saudi Arabia. It's Saudi Arabia this, it's Saudi Arabia that, and this and that.
And that's getting people
And now,
mad.
and the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks since they announced Elimination Chamber, it's simply Elimination Chamber, and there's almost no words about Saudi Arabia until this past episode of Monday Night Raw. It was the first time I even heard the name Saudi Arabia in conjunction with the Elimination Chamber.
I heard that a few weeks before, but I thought that they meant something's coming up, but I guess that they didn't. They meant Chamber. The Elimination Chamber.
Interesting. Okay, fair enough. So, let's get to it. What do you say?
Let's get to this.
Are you excited for Elimination Chamber on Saturday? It's going to be happening at noon. Weird time, but that's because of the Saudi Arabia thing. So remember, it's going to be happening Saturday, February 19th at noon. Well, noon Eastern Standard Time.
Don't
So
start
be
to
aware.
watch it at 7 p.m. because that would be a mistake by you.
So, let's get going right now. And there's 8 matches. We're going to run through this one. First of all, Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. Just a straight-up singles match.
Also, congratulations to Rey Mysterio for being on the cover of WWE 2K22.
Good announcement there. That's good. I like that. That was an exclusive. Can we just say that that's an exclusive that no one knows about this? Yes. An exclusive. Rey Mysterio has been named the cover guy for the game.
Game that's not the best.
Who do you like, Rey Mysterio or The Miz?
I like Rey Mysterio here. He got momentum.
Do you brush your teeth in the morning?
Where are you going with this?
I'm
Yes.
not. It's just a simple question. Yes, you do?
Yes.
Okay. Give yourself 1 point. Just want to make sure. Ronda, we can't do the Ronda Rousey thing yet, can we? Let's go with the next one, which is the WWE SmackDown. Oh, by the way, I'm going with The Miz.
Tell me why.
I feel like Miz wins a lot of pay-per-views somehow, and I feel like
Mixed tag match.
I know. I'm going with The Miz.
You know, it'd be great if we at WrestleMania. It's gonna be Cody and Brandy versus Miz and Maurice.
Oh God.
That's how they.
Next one for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship. The Usos, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, taking on the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar. Go ahead. Who do you like?
Oh, I love the Usos over the Viking Raiders and Eric and Ivar.
Yeah, you know what a thought occurred to me the other day? They had like Eric and Ivar just like cutting a very nice, normal, kind of almost tame promo. Yeah. And I thought, this is not how Vikings behave in any way, shape, or form. Vikings raid. They're violent people. They're quite. They bring in lots of anarchy. I don't see them giving a very polite, normal,
But maybe that's Wrestling Vikings.
interview.
That's Wrestling Vikings.
Yeah, I guess.
Wrestling Vikings.
I am going with the Usos for that reason. I don't find the Viking Raiders to be believable Vikings. Next one.
You look like it.
Now we'll get to Ronda Rousey and Naomi versus Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville, a tag team match. Interesting. You bring back Ronda Rousey, and her first match back in the WWE is a tag team match.
Not so about this.
With Naomi.
I mean, Naomi.
I like Naomi, but I don't see the connection. I've never seen Ronda Rousey talk to Naomi on WWE TV is what I'm saying.
I mean, Charlotte and Sonya at least have sort of been helping recently.
This is a stupid match. I will go with
Wanda and Naomi.
Charlotte and Sonya.
That's no way because Wanda's
that's
back.
what I believe.
Wanda, they're not gonna have a. They're gonna end it with a Wanda on.
Sonya is from the state of
New Jersey.
That's right. New Jersey, USA.
USA.
Critically acclaimed as top 4 states. According to a website that I just made up called DaveJustMadeUpThisWebsite.com. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. New Jersey is it's climbed up to the second best state. Oh my God, this is surprising. Behind South Dakota. I was thinking of Texas and New York, or California. Okay. Next one. All right. The next match is Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss. Stanley's laughing at the match.
Okay, so I'm laughing.
This is a Falls Count Anywhere match. Madcap will be accompanied to the ring by Happy Corbin. Go ahead.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to call it as crazy as this sounds. I think Happy Corbin's going to try to cheat for Madcap.
Yeah.
Madcap is going to, he's going to, hit him with it, with, a train. Madcap's going to take advantage and pin him.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Madcap has just beaten Drew McIntyre.
I tell you what, if you're Drew McIntyre and you get beat by Madcap Moss in Saudi Arabia, just don't even get back on the plane to America. Just stay in the Middle East and walk the earth. Because you're not going to have any fun in the WWE if they're having you lose to Madcap Moss. Next one. But I'm going to Drew McIntyre. Come on. Next one. All right, let's go for the Raw Women's Championship, which is a big match because Lita has come out of retirement to take on Becky Lynch, your Raw Women's Champion. Stanley Mack.
Lita and Becky, I really want to say Lita here just because for the storyline and for the podcast, but Becky Lynch, I think Lita has a good chance though, but I'm going to go with Becky.
Stanley's going with Becky. I too am going with Becky, although this is not for the reason why you would think. It's unfortunately a behind-the-scenes thing where Lita publicly said she has no plans to do anything with the WWE after the Elimination Chamber. Why she would say that publicly on an interview on a podcast is beyond me, because now she's just told everyone that there's no way in heck that she's going to be winning the match.
I didn't know that.
Yes, she said in a podcast interview, I have no plans to do anything after Elimination. Oh, great, so I guess you're losing. So, unfortunately, I'm going with Becky Lynch because Lita let the cat out of the bag. Next one.
Wait, that sounds such like Rita.
Not very smart. Next one is the Women's Elimination Chamber match. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Doudrop,
Why is Doudrop getting anything?
Nikki ASH. And the return of Alexa Bliss, who hopefully has put Lily behind her.
And the doctors did a
The
nice
doctor
job.
helped out Alexa. She's no longer wearing scary makeup. Outside of that, she seems exactly like the haunted Alexa Bliss. Can't really tell a difference. One wears the scary makeup, the other one doesn't, but they act exactly the same. Stanley, who do you like?
I hear. Alexa's back. She's a sex person. She's gonna win it.
You're saying Alexa Bliss wins the
Elimination
Raw
Chamber.
Women's, or the Elimination match?
Yes, I am.
Elimination Chamber match?
I want to say that actually one other thing, okay?
I think you're probably right about that. What?
I want to say Nikki ASH, I think, has done a really good job as a heel.
You
I
think
like
so?
her.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, good for you. I think she's terrible. Come on. I mean, we all know that she's doing the hurricane gimmick, and I was fine with it. I'm not someone who's going to lose their marbles
No,
if
she's heel.
you
I like
say.
her more.
But see, for me, this gimmick only works as a babyface. And when she went to the heel, I'm sorry.
Superhero.
Especially when she was a heel and she's fighting Rhea Ripley, the babyface. I was actually hoping Rhea Ripley would legitimately take Nikki ASH's head off and just throw it around like a beach ball at a WWE event. You know, when they sometimes bring the beach ball and pass it. I was hoping that would happen. You know, that Rhea Ripley would just rip
That would
off
be
Nikki's
sad.
head. And I can't stand her as heel right now. No, I can't. I think it's a terrible gimmick. Another really, really awful idea. Next one. My idea. I agree with you.
You said
I think Alexa Bliss will win. I do. I agree with you. Next one. All right, we're getting down to it. Let's go with the men's Elimination Chamber match, which is Bobby Lashley, your WWE champion, versus Brock Lesnar, Seth freaking Rollins, Austin Theory, Riddle, and AJ Styles. Who wins this, Stan?
By the way, since you have obviously the thing up on Wikipedia, just looking at the word widow, it doesn't look like. Doesn't look good.
Look like what? Riddle?
No, it doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't look good. His name, they should have never taken his first name away, because his name was Matt Riddle.
I think this is the whole point. How can we give Brock back the title? Brock's gonna win,
You're saying it's Brock?
so he can fight Reigns.
Boy, we're agreeing a lot, and I hate to agree with you on this one, but this has to be Brock's match. If they don't have Brock win,
They messed this
and
up.
they're doing champ versus champ at WrestleMania, they really have screwed it up. Because that's the only thing people want to see. Okay? So just get the job done. Have Brock win. Finally, your WWE Universal Championship match as Roman Reigns, your Universal Champion, puts it all on the line when he takes on Goldberg. What do you think here, Stan?
Can someone help me? Someone
With
put
what?
put this old man out of his misery, Goldberg.
Goldberg?
Yeah, please.
You
I can't stand them anymore.
You don't want to look at him?
It's the same thing. Oh, look, I'm Goldberg. You're next. It's the
You're
same thing.
You're not a Goldberg fan.
He's so old.
Okay. But then again, Stone Cold might come back, and he's like a year or two
Yeah,
older.
but at least it's exciting because he hasn't been here in a while.
Good point, actually. -2 for you and +5 for me. That was a good point. It was. That was a really good point. -2 for you, +5 for me. Thanks.
I don't get the point system still.
-4 for not understanding my point system. It makes complete total sense. Don't just think it's just some random point giving system. +7 for me, -18 for you. Hold on. My friend just texted me. I have to text him back. I'm busy, jerk! 5 exclamation points. Okay. So that's it. We did it. So overall, AEW yay, and WWE.
We didn't make our picks.
What do you mean we didn't make our picks?
Reigns Goldberg.
Oh well, come on. Roman Reigns is winning this match. If they actually had to even consider having Goldberg
I'll
beat
throw-
Roman Reigns. They would actually maybe ruin the company right then and there.
I would throw. You know what? It wouldn't be good around here. It wouldn't be good around this house.
Why? Why not?
I would throw some on the TV.
I don't even like you joking about that. I
would never,
I have
I
a
would never.
brand new television that's 70 inches, and I don't need you breaking it. Now, if you were to break it, that'd be fine. But you'd immediately have to get a job and get me $10,000 by April 1st. If you didn't get me $10,000 April 1st,
didn't
I'm
by
going to
April
call a few of my North Jersey friends.
Who are those people?
You don't want to know, buddy.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Police?
Oh, God. Not police. The opposite of police.
Oh, that's good.
Don't you worry about it.
The opposite of police would be nice guys.
What? No, police are nice. I don't want you getting political on our show.
No, not political.
Jeez. Now listen. Give us an impression or two.
What you gonna do, brother?
That's your impression?
Hulk Hogan.
Lame. Boo.
It sounded like him, didn't
It
it?
stunk. Give us something good.
What you gonna do, brother?
All right,
And
that's
Hulk
good.
Hogan's gonna run wild on you.
All right, that's good. The Hulk
You can't
Hogan.
see me doing. You can't
Yeah,
see
but
me.
he's flexing. Stanley is flexing right now. He is flexing. You're right. No one can see this. Now he's putting the hand up to the ear right now. Again, no one can actually see you. I know. And then now he's pointing at different audience members who aren't here because we don't have an audience. Furthermore, no one can still see what you're doing. It's audio only podcast. But
Should have thought about
anyway, hey, that'll do it for us. It's the Eastside Davidson Wrestling Show. Thank you for listening. Enjoy Elimination Chamber. We'll be back next month for a little AEW Revolution and more. Till then, bye-bye, everybody.